So I'm a couple hours away from my house right now. I'm on my way to meet up with Overtime Arcade channel member Jumping General. He picked up an awesome deal for me down in North Carolina, and we're meeting up so that we can transfer the cabinet from his truck onto my truck so that I can bring it home. Really excited about this. It was about a month ago in the Overtime Arcade private members only Discord that 64-bit, aka Liam from Retrobotics, he found this awesome Facebook Marketplace listing and he shared it with everybody, and I immediately jumped all over it. Here's what it looks like right here. Awesome deal. Obviously, this is a Nintendo Red Tent. This is the Nintendo Versus System dual system table model, the cocktail version of the Versus dual system. Really excited about it. It's a great deal. Very few pictures, not a lot of information. It says both of the monitors work. The fact that it's got both of the monitors is awesome. It also says the seller thinks it's got 6 to 7 kits included. So hopefully we'll find out what that means, and that it's, you know, a bunch of different populated Versus boards. And so as soon as I saw this listing, I jumped right on it, reached out to the seller, and Jumping General, you know, he lives about an hour from where this was being sold, where it was listed. And I reached out to him and he volunteered to go pick it up for me. He was coming up towards me anyway, and everything was great. And he took over handling communication with the seller, and they worked out a time, you know, after work one day to pick it up. And Jumping General then the day of the pickup tries reaching out to the seller to confirm the time. No response, no response, no response all day. Until finally, you guys are not going to believe this, right before he was supposed to leave, the seller's wife and son respond in Facebook Messenger, where they had been communicating. The wife and son of the seller start communicating because guess what? The seller got arrested and he's in jail. Can you believe this? So they wanted to honor the deal. They could see the messages and that, you know, the seller had worked out this transaction, and I don't know, maybe they needed money to bail him out or something. So I told Jumping General, hey, I totally understand if you're sketched out by this and you don't want to go through with it. But he was a trooper, and so he made his way over there. And I'll show you a little video here. He sent me, this is great. He sent me a quick kind of walk around video just to make sure it was what we were expecting. And yeah, there's some dents and dings here and there, one in particular. But I think we can take care of all of this. We can fix all of this. And he's spending some time trying to, you know, find all these kits, and that didn't exactly go to plan. We'll get into that a little bit. But can you believe it? The seller, after we had worked out a deal, the seller gets arrested, but somehow we were still able to make it happen. So really appreciate the seller's family, you know, sticking by this deal that we worked out. So I'm really excited. Let me go meet up with Jumping General and get this Nintendo Red Tent. Let's go!
Overtime!
All right, guys, we're here. We're in an undisclosed location about halfway between myself and Overtime Arcade channel member Jumping General himself. We made it, we both made it, and we just transferred this awesome Nintendo Red Tent between our two pickup trucks here in a grocery store parking lot.
We made it.
We made it, and you made it, because there's, we'll get into this in a little bit, but a very interesting and unusual story on the pickup here. Jonathan almost didn't make it. But he did, and the Red Tent made it, and he went back for more even. We'll get into everything that's actually parts and stuff that are in my truck that go with this thing. But Jonathan, thank you.
Yeah, man.
What went through your mind when this was all going down?
I wasn't sure if it was going to happen. The guy got in some trouble and prison time, so I wasn't sure, but we survived it, and we made it.
You made it, yeah. We made it. And look at this thing. It's awesome. We got some work to do here, but very, very excited about what we got here. We got an awesome deal, and none of this would have been possible without Jonathan, aka Jumping General. Jonathan, thank you so much, buddy.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir, brother.
All right, we'll see you soon.
See ya.
All right, guys, and here it is off the truck and in the garage. And yeah, I know we've got quite a lot of work here to do. But I'm really excited to dig into this thing. You know, the Nintendo Red Tent is such an iconic machine. And yeah, this one is okay. It's okay, you know. We got the biggest issues actually right here. We got a pretty good dent right in the corner. And we got some smaller ones, you know, here and there, but I should be able to get these out. And if I can't, I'll bring them to like, you know, a body shop, a car body shop, and they should be able to take care of this thing. We're gonna strip all the paint off. We'll clean everything up, we'll repaint it, and this thing will be looking awesome. I'm really excited about it. Down here in the base, there's some rust on the chrome legs, but that's okay. We're missing a button here. Everything else is intact. The buttons are all kind of mixed and matched up, but we can order a new set of all the correct colors and everything. The plexi here for the instruction card is missing, but I can make a new one of those. The coin door vault thing, as is very typical, is missing. I'm looking into getting one reproduced, but yeah, I am super excited about this. This side is the worst side with the dent here, and there must have been maybe a inventory tag from an operator here where they drilled into the metal, but we can fix all that up. We have the original nameplate here, MDS-TBL for table US. And if we come in here real close, we can see the serial number is 00447, so a relatively early serial number for one of these. So not bad at all. We have the original power switch, and yeah. Like I said, a lot of work here to do. This side right here, not as bad, a little bit better shape. But this thing is going to be awesome soon enough. We'll lift up the lid here and take a look at what's going on. Obviously, we've got our coin mechs here. I've removed both monitors just to make it easier for me to get it off the truck. Taking a look inside of what we got, the power transformer assembly right there, and the PP-1100A power supply. The harness looks all intact. I did have to, you know, unplug the monitors to get them out, but that's all looking good. We have two sets of service switches, one here and one here, I guess to make it easy to reach in. Whichever side you've got open, you can go ahead and add a credit. There's coin mechs on both sides. That's all present. We've got a monitor instruction card right here. The sort of bezel is intact. That all looks good. What else do we got going on in here? Obviously, we've had, you know, some rodents must have made a nest in here at some point. There's something right here. Let's see what this is. Some kind of button spacer, maybe? Not sure what that's about. But we got acorns and, you know, typical stuff that you'll see in here. One thing that's kind of interesting I'm noticing is we got a little goodie. And picking this up, like I mentioned in the intro, there were some extras here. But here are some even more extras. We got like a jewel case for a ROM set. This one is MDS TE 6B AB2, maybe something like that. Here is a PPU, looks like a RP2C03B. I'll have to check what that is. And look underneath here, we got another ROM. I'll have to look up the codes and know what game this is and what that PPU goes to. But we'll put this here. Oh, and there's more ROMs. Okay, one right here and a fourth one. So we've got some extra goodies here, and there's some odds and ends and screws and bolts at the bottom of the cabinet. But that's pretty exciting. So everything is looking pretty good in here. Nothing's hacked up. I don't think this thing was ever converted. These things it wasn't very common for them to be converted because, you know, it's a weird cabinet. Very non-typical. You know, with Nintendo, you had 100-volt monitors, and it's not like you just put any old monitor in here. You know, these are 18-inch monitors. It's the red tent monitor was the Sharp XM 1801N, which is the smaller version of the 2001N. I've got one of them in my Donkey Kong Jr. cocktail. That wasn't the original monitor, but it's the right form factor, the right voltages and everything. So yeah. Four-player, two-sided cocktail, not very typically converted. And the extra goodies hiding in here. Another one. What is this? Some kind of button spacer or something. Why is there one on each side? Are they supposed to be here for the buttons or something? I don't know. We got speakers on either side, obviously, because you can play, depending on how you set it up, two different games, one on each side at the same time. From a single PCB, the Nintendo Versus PCB, you can populate both sides and play either a 4-player game or a two-player games or two one-player games on either side, again, depending on how you have the boards populated. But This is looking pretty good right here. I think that little sheet goes to the jewel case that the ROM set would have been in. And up here we have a couple of adjustment stickers on either side. There's this one over here too. But what I think is interesting, there's an Atari sticker here. And I did look up this model number 40200. I have no idea what that is. I couldn't find any mention of that on Clove or anything. It's not in the list of Atari, you know, model numbers. My only theory is maybe at some point they had a Versus RBI baseball installed in the red tent, which was an Atari game released for a Nintendo platform. And maybe it came with one of these stickers. I don't know, maybe that's what they plugged in here. But yeah, guys, really excited about this. Like I said, I pulled the monitors out. I got them over to the side. We're gonna test those out. We'll test everything we got here. But first, let me dig through all the extra goodies, the boards and everything that came with this, and we'll see what's going on with that. Okay, so like the original for sale listing said on Facebook Marketplace, the seller said that this thing had, you know, both monitors worked and it came with like 6 or 7 additional sets. And what I was really hoping for, I had my fingers crossed really bad, is that meant 6 or 7 fully populated board sets, which would have been awesome. It turned out that wasn't the case. We did technically get everything that was asked for or listed in the listing, but it wasn't as good as it possibly could have been. So in this box here, we did come home with 2 board sets. Sort of open this up a little bit. So this is an extra board that that Jonathan Jumping General was able to find at the seller's place. Obviously, this has seen better days. We had some, I guess, pretty bad battery acid damage down there at the bottom. Hopefully, this board can be brought back to life, but that's okay. We have a PPU here, RPC, no, excuse me, RP2. CO4001. So this board as it is isn't going to work because it doesn't have a CPU. It only has a PPU. It does have a ROM set here. And what does this look like? PN4. Could that possibly be pinball? But it's got the ROMs populated. This side is not populated, so this would only be good for like a Unisystem cabinet, but that's okay. And this is the board that was in the cabinet. And this looks a lot better. Looks like the daughter card has sort of come up. I haven't even looked up what these would be. So this has a TE ROM set on, I guess this is the second side, and this has an EB. So that would be what, Excitebike? And we have a spider crawling around. Yeah, and it has an Excitebike PPU right there, which is a RP2CO4003. I can't remember, did Excitebike come with a daughter card, or what's the sort of deal here? And yeah, this thing isn't pushed in all the way. It's kind of cattywampus, but hopefully it's okay. We'll get that all sorted out at some point. But yeah, this board is in much better shape. The battery holder is a little bit rusty, and it looks like we have some of these little capacitors here are rough. This one looks like it's blown a top. So I don't know if I even, and this one's cracked right here. I don't know if these are tantalums or what are they, but I don't know if I even want to power this board up as is, but at least we have a complete board here. So we'll put this aside for the moment. Okay, and I got a bunch more stuff to show you. Okay, so we got a stack of ROM kits here, conversion kits here, and you know these would be sold by Nintendo to operators to put new games onto their Versus systems, and they would come in these thin plastic cases that would say Versus Pack on them. And let me actually do these one at a time because they're going to want to slide and fall off. So we'll start with this one here, which claims it's got 2 different games in here, Versus Golf and Versus Pinball. On the red tent itself, we have a printed, black and white printed Versus Tennis card here. And these cases are always cracked up and busted up, so not surprised to see that here, but we got a good amount of stuff to go through. So that's just protective foam. We have a little manila folder here. And what do we got inside? Ooh, this is good. Okay. We have a versus golf instruction sticker. We have a versus pinball instruction sticker. So I don't know. Yeah. We got new adjustment stickers. I don't know why they would include that. And what is this? This is some sort of white sticker here. I don't know what that would go for. Maybe somebody can leave a comment down below. Oh, maybe this gives you a label to put onto the plastic case, and you could write, you know, if you were putting an old game inside. Maybe that's what that's for. All right, and we have a glass dual system marquee with a, I guess, what this is glass, and then this is mounted on glass for versus tennis. This is sort of strange. And this one is mounted. These are both for dual system upright cabinet. So the 2-player side-by-side, almost Siamese looking cabinet. Okay, so that's what that's for. So maybe this guy was an operator, got this stuff from an operator, and got a lot of extra stuff, because you wouldn't use this, use some of this with a red tent. So pack this up, and we'll check out the next ones. This one's probably the heaviest one. All right, next up we have maybe the nicest looking case of them all. This one says Hogan's Alley. So we'll open this up, see what's inside. This is my first time checking anything. We have our manila folder. This one is sort of stuck to the inside. What do we got? We have a survey postcard to send back to Nintendo. That's pretty cool. There you go, Nintendo of America. Does this open up? No, single layer. Is there anything else inside there? Just another one of those white label stickers. I'm assuming that's what it is for the case. So you can relabel the case, and we have just some simple versus instructions here. These almost look photocopied. This one says Hogan's Alley on it. The rest of this stuff is just generic. So that's okay. Stick this in here. Let's see what else we got with this one. We have another piece of glass, and that's it. So this one's not particularly interesting or useful. Although, like I said, this is probably the nicest case that I got. All right, next one up. Says versus Super Mario Brothers. We have our case. Oh, we do have a Super Mario Brothers instruction paper. This one looks a little bit used and worn, but not too terrible. And in our case here, ooh, we got a couple interesting things. So I know a lot of people are often looking for this. This goes between the two sides of a dual system upright. So somebody might have a use for this at some point. So that's good, because this sticker has often been torn off. And what is this? Versus Super Mario Brothers instruction manual, and versus pack instructions, and our sticker label. Was this dip switch settings? Okay. What else do we have in here? Hopefully not too repetitive. Ooh, look at that. We have a versus Super Mario Brothers license tag, another reply postcard, new adjustment sticker, and look at this, a nice new, come on, unused versus Super Mario Brothers instruction card, which is nice. And what else is in here? This one is like stuck. Yeah, that one's glued on, nothing else in there. Again, just some odds and ends, but that's nice to get a nice new versus Super Mario card. And this, someone's gonna need this. So that's great. And we'll close this up. We've got a couple more cool things here. All right, next one. At some point, this one was also a versus Super Mario Brothers, but somebody wrote tennis on it. Take this top right off. And the manila envelope here Has nothing inside with that one. We have another piece of Versus dual system upright glass, and that's it. So that's perhaps the least interesting plastic case that we had. Another one, this is kind of cool, is in the original box, okay? Packing list, mostly missing. What does this say right here? UPS shipper number. And it says in handwriting, Versus RBI. And on the end, we have Versus RBI baseball. And see, this looks like I mean, this was made by Atari. This looks like an Atari serial number tag. And on the other side, it's just like that. Let's see what happens when we open this up. Oh, that's kind of cool. A Versus RBI baseball pennant sticker. And this is stuck right on, so this does not come off. Officially licensed by Major League Baseball. That's kind of great. And we'll open this up. So I guess maybe Atari had their own packaging and didn't just use, and this has a Brady distribution sticker on it. I guess they didn't use the same sort of plastic case that most Nintendo Versus kits came in. So this is one piece of glass. Man, I got all these pieces of glass for for Versus dual systems. And we got some foam here. We have, this is like a PCB spacer screw or something. A bunch of photocopied Versus RBI baseball. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 photocopied versions. Isn't that interesting? And the Versus RBI baseball dip switch settings. That's neat. We have an original Versus RBI baseball instruction card, and these were just for the red tents. That's kind of nice. This one obviously looks like it's been used a little bit. And this sort of answers a question that I had a few minutes ago. Okay, so this is from Atari, and I guess that was the same thing. That's the same model number, 40200. So maybe there was another sticker here, and that's what got stuck inside the red tent. And this is serial number RBI 3569. So I don't know, maybe you would use this for another installation. Patent stickers, and look, all of these serial number tags. So that's really cool. That answers the question on why it was so different. But we'll pack all of this back up. And a couple last things to show you here. Okay, in addition to the jewel case that we found on the bottom, we got a couple more here. We'll open this one up, see if we've got anything inside, and nothing. Nothing in this one. That's disappointing. Okay, put that back together. This one has a PPU, says for Super Mario Brothers, but it says bad 12/15. Maybe that's September 2015. And yeah, a bunch of SM4 ROMs for Mario Brothers. But yeah, too bad. We've got we'll test it and see if there's something we can do about it. But that's not great. And then we have a dual-sided one for, I'm assuming, a two-sided game where you would populate both sides of the PCB. And this one says tennis. So maybe, I don't know what was going on with this, but we'll open it up here. And we've got MDSTE on both sides, which I'm assuming are tennis ROMs. All right, and that's, I think that's it. In addition to, again, what we found, a little bonus in the bottom of the cabinet. So I don't know, how we add that up to 6 or 7 extra kits. Let me just try to get this all back in so it'll close. And we did talk with the seller, and they did knock off a little bit. It was already a great deal. But because of all the different issues that we had, they ended up knocking a little bit off even the original price. So I'm not too worried about it. We'll get our money's worth out of this. Very excited to restore this. So why don't we move over to testing the monitors? All right, here's the first of the 2 red tent monitors that we're going to test. And I did a quick once over, and everything looks okay. Everything looks in good shape. So we'll keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully both of them work. I've got my Crafty Mech TPG test pattern generator with the Nintendo cables plugged in and ready to go. I've got my Fluke 117 multimeter connected to test the B+, I've got my homemade compact isolation transformer power supply set up and ready to go. This is the Nintendo version because, again, this monitor uses 100 volts, not 120 like a normal American monitor. So here we go, turning on the TPG and turning on the multimeter set to DC volts and powering up in 3, 2, 1. Here's some sizzling, some crackling. And we got something on the screen. So that's a good sign. Let me see if I can tweak the vertical sync here just a little bit. We got some very loud chatter. I don't know if that's from the flyback or what. Grab my adjustment tool. And let's see if we can get that vertical sync locked in, which is... God, it's actually in the front of the cab, front of the, I forget, it's actually in the front of the monitor. So, vertical hold, vertical size. Let's see if we can lock this in. It's going into collapse when I go that far. Huh. We seem to have a sync issue. Just try horizontal hold. I don't think that's going to make a difference. Now that makes the sound go away. Okay. So that's good. We're no longer making a terrible sound. All right. Maybe a cap kit will fix this, but hey, we've got an image. It's pretty sharp. It's working. Do we have all of our colors? I imagine we do if we have white. Yeah, we've got all of our colors there. Don't like the... We're inverted. Let me turn this off and see if there's a switch I can flip. It turned off. And I think there is a... I think we're cooking off some dust. There's an inverter switch, which I think is this right here. All right, let's turn this back on. And let's see what we get with this. Yeah, those are the colors we're expecting to see. We've still got a vertical sync issue here, which I don't love, but and it keeps wanting to go into collapse. So I'm hopeful that a cap kit will fix this, but at least this is a semi-working monitor. So let me go and set up the other one to test that one, and we'll hope that that one's fully working. Okay, here's the second monitor. Same deal here. Test pattern generator. Testing the B+. The last one was around 110, which is what it's supposed to be. And the power supply. So here we go. This one also had the inverter switch flipped. So I don't know what's going on with that, but here we go. Turning it on, or turning on the TPG and the multimeter. And 3, 2, 1. This one's a little low. Let's see. Yeah, we got an image on the screen. This one looks better. Take a look at that. Yeah. It's a little dim, but hey, it's working. Here we go. This one needs a cap kit also. Let me see if we can turn up the brightness just a little bit here with the screen pot on the flyback. The B+ is a tad low on this one. All right, that's about as good as we're going to get there. And there's a brightness on the front. Hold some brightness. It's kind of good there. And then sub bright. Okay. Like I said, this needs a cap kit. B plus is a tad low at 108. It should be 110. But hey, this monitor is working. So you know what I'm going to do? This is very promising to me. Obviously, we need to do a cap kit, get these monitors dialed in, but I'm going to check the power supply in the cabinet. I'll do that on my own, make sure it's putting out the correct voltages. We want the 100 volts for the monitors and 5 volts and et cetera for the game PCBs. Let me go ahead and test that real quick, and if that's looking good, we'll stick these monitors in and maybe find some game board to put in there and see if the whole thing is working. All right, guys, good news. All the voltages actually check out just fine, the 5 volts and the 100 volts for the monitors. So I'm cautiously optimistic that we can go with a test here. Because of the issues that I saw with the boards that came with this red tent, I actually grabbed a different Nintendo Versus board. This one I actually bought from Overtime Arcade channel member Charles Klein. And it has it only had the one side populated with Versus Golf, which not that interesting, but I got different plans for this board, and Charles sold it to me for a great price. And also, I wanted to try out both sides because I want to see both sides of this dual system cabinet working. So I pulled the ROMs off of the board that was really bad with the acid damage. That has Versus Pinball ROMs on it. And it has the PPU, but it was missing a CPU. But fortunately, when I got my Versus Unisystem cabinet a while back, another Overtime Arcade channel member, Alexi, he actually sent me a box full of lots of stuff, PPUs and CPUs and some spare ROMs and stuff. So I grabbed one of the CPUs and stuck it onto the board. So this board is now fully populated with Versus Golf and Versus Pinball. And let's keep our fingers crossed. And hopefully we see something working. So I'm going to power up the cabinet in 3, 2, 1. Let's see what we get. Hopefully we get something. Oh, we got something. Look at that. That looks like Versus Pinball right there. We still have this sync issue, but ooh, that is running. We got a running game right here. And let me just turn on the light. And that's what the board looks like, populated on both sides. I'll go ahead and let's see if I can just start it. It looks like it's ready to go, so I'll start a one-player game here. And whoa, I bumped the camera. The camera is really trying to jump around and adjust to the to the sync issue we're having here. Again, I'm hoping a cap kit will largely fix this. So that we'll get this working. We'll get this chassis working, no problem. Yeah, let's see. Is it gonna let me? Okay, let's try to clear out this game real fast because we got something going on this side over here that I want to show you. This is kind of crazy, but I can see the ball sort of dropping down. Here we go. And is this ball 3? Oh, it didn't fire it up enough. Still not going up enough. There we go. And fortunately, also that button 4 is there. I looked, it's hiding inside the control panel. Like the sort of collar of it got broken, the whole thing kind of fell in, but it's there. And now we have game over for Versus Pinball. So I'm actually going to go ahead and close the top over here gently. There we go. And we will come around to the other side because I got something cool to show you guys over here. Look at that. How thrilling is that? Whoa. We can get things to adjust right. Look at that. I know. Whoop, and I got to be able to come through here. This is a very awkward part of the garage to film at. But guys, we have a working Nintendo red tent right here, working on both sides. Obviously, this monitor doesn't have the sync issue. The colors need to be aligned, and this thing obviously needs a cap kit too. And wow, I'm not even touching the gimbal, and it really wants to jump around on me. Let's see if we can get a game going here. Oh, is that a good angle? Okay, this one's not on free play. We try putting in a quarter. Oh, that went through. Okay, stroke play or match play. I'm not sure what the difference is. I am not the world's best golfer. That's just a little bit loud. So let me turn the volume down. Okay, that's better. And let's play a little bit of golf. All right, stay out of the woods. Nope, we're out of bounds. On the first shot, we're out of bounds. And I know this is really thrilling, guys. Versus golf. Best game ever made. That's probably better. That's out of bounds too. What am I doing? All right, guys. Well, isn't this exciting? Come on, is that gonna hook right? Nope, that's gonna hook left. Wow, we are not doing so hot right here. But guys, we've got a working red tent. A lot of work to do. We got to get these monitors dialed in. Now I'm gonna hook it to the right. There we go. We're gonna get these monitors dialed in. We obviously got a ton of metal work to do to get everything going here. Take the dents out. Let's see. Let's do this. That was too far. But yeah, so we gotta get the dents out, sand it, strip the old paint, repaint it. But I'm pretty excited about the prospect of working on this project. Wow, okay. Oh, we gotta change our clubs, right? Let's try a pitching wedge maybe. There we go, nice and close. And look at that. There we go. But guys, you're not here to watch Versus Golf. You're here to watch me work on these things. So I'm really excited to dig into this soon. Like I've been saying, a lot of stuff to do here. But I really want to say thank you to 3 Overtime Arcade channel members. In reverse order, Alexi for sending me the CPU that I needed to bring the Versus pinball side back to life. Charles Klein for selling me the board that's actually in this right now with the Versus Golf. And of course, Jumping General, Jonathan himself, who you saw earlier in this video, he actually took time out of his day to go and pick this up for me. And then we were able to meet up and I grabbed it from him. And yeah, he definitely, oh, it's gonna shoot by itself. He put himself a little bit at risk. It was kind of an iffy situation there, but I'm glad everything worked out okay. And I do hope the seller and his family can sort of get reunited soon, because I guess it's an ongoing thing, unfortunately. But what a crazy story, right? I've never had a pickup like this before. I mean, I was sort of doing it vicariously through Jumping General, but oh, I shouldn't have shot it even like that. I'm not even paying attention. And yeah, guys, so if you want to get in on this, become an Overtime Arcade channel member. You can join Alex C. and Charles Klein and Jonathan, aka Jumping General. Let's kind of send it this way. Oh, that's okay. All right. Overtime Arcade channel members, they're not just doing me favors. They're not just sending me parts that I need and selling me stuff at great prices and picking up cabinets for me. You know, they also, I mean, all of them are donating $1.99 a month, and in exchange for supporting their favorite arcade restoration channel on YouTube. Oh, too hard. And that's rolling down the back of the hill. Oh no. We can do it with putter. Let's go good and hard. Oh, that was... They also get access to some awesome perks. A monthly members only live stream in ours for November will be coming up relatively soon. Let's kind of go over here maybe. There we go, right in there. So monthly members only live stream, early access to all new videos, and I'm not gonna play anymore. And best of all, they get access to our private members only Discord server. Super active, super positive, supportive community. People talking about what they're playing, what they're picking up, what they're working on, asking for help, working on stuff, asking for help, picking up stuff. We're sharing deals all the time. And again, another Overtime Arcade channel member. It was actually Liam from Retrobotics, 64-bit from Retrobotics. He found this thing, this listing originally. And so yeah, 4 Overtime Arcade channel members came together to help make this pickup possible. So yeah, guys, I think we'll do it. Do everything the YouTube algorithm wants you to do. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hype. Hit all those buttons. It really helps me out. Seriously, hitting the like button actually does a ton to get the algorithm to recommend this video. Anyway, we'll wrap it up here. Lots of work coming in the future. But as always, thanks for watching Overtime Arcade. I'm Charlie. God bless you all, and we'll see you next time.
Overtime!